I'm Aaron James, and let's get started. So I started about a week ago a 100-day financial journal. Has tips for every day, helps with developing a budget if you don't have one, saving, so on and so forth. I almost stopped at a moment because it was something new that I had to throw into my routine, so I had to adjust to change, right? And because it was something new that required some effort, instead of I had to step out of my comfort zone and actually analyze my finances. So while I was doing that, I got to thinking, sorry, I'm about to sit down. I got to thinking about comfortable and whether I'll get to that in the end. First, I want to get into what ifs. From my experience, what ifs have always been negative. What if this person doesn't like me anymore? What if this doesn't work? What if I don't get the job? What if they don't hire me? What if people don't like my art? What if no one watches my videos? What if the market goes down and I lose my money? What if something goes wrong? And it seems no one wonders, what if something goes right? I do understand that it's important to be prepared, right, for something, especially when it comes to work, your health, and finances. But I think people become so afraid of risk that they don't even move from where they are. Having any of those thoughts or thinking about something negative in any aspect affects your behavior and approach to anything. In that case, it affects your behavior and approach toward the relationship. You're not all in. You must be all in order for the relationship to actually progress, even if it doesn't end up working out. When it comes to a job, you're not all in, then more than likely people see you slacking and become complacent. Same with your work, your art, creating videos. If you end up approaching it with the idea that it may not end up being good, or people may not like it, or it just ends up being a waste of your time, then what would be the point of you actually putting effort into it? In regards to a relationship, you have to be all in. Expecting it to fail just leads it to failing because you're not approaching it with the behavior or the expectations of it potentially growing into something better. I get that nobody wants to be hurt in a relationship. I understand. I recently just got out of one and it did hurt and it sucks. But I don't regret it because I was fully in. And because people don't want to get hurt, they don't fully invest themselves into it. I was recently talking to my friend Caleb, shout out Caleb, and he's in a relationship at the moment, but he's not fully in it. He has one foot out because he doesn't know where he'll end up moving, right, a year from now. But he has a whole year to develop a good relationship with this woman. Now, things could happen where maybe he doesn't want a long distance relationship, but he won't know that until he actually puts in the effort and develops potentially love or something strong, and to where he may even consider long distance, especially within a year. A year is a relatively long time, especially for most relationships that don't seem to get past the honeymoon phase. I hope he understands that his relationship will only develop so far unless he's all in. And of course his partner must be all in as well. But the same could go for goals. Like I said, for videos, art. When people are ready for things to go astray, they only put in half. And so they end up average, and that's most people. The level of average is so low because most people settle with their idea of comfortable. Let's get into comfortable. See, comfortable, or the word at least, sounds nice in theory, but comfortable usually is associated with what we are used to. If you're used to not getting a job, not getting hired for a position that you want, a relationship failing, all your relationships failing, people treating you a certain way, people not liking your work, your art, your writing not being accepted to be published, a lot of your investments failed, then you're used to this idea of things sometimes not going well. Or you see other people deal with certain experiences, so when something goes good for you, you think this is too good to be true, or I'm expecting something wrong to happen because a lot of good stuff's been happening to me and I feel really nice. All these things that you don't really want end up being your comfortable. And I don't like to think things are too good to be true, or things have been going good, so something bad is gonna follow. All those thoughts and all those ideas just leads to self-sabotage, that new feeling, that positivity, that joy, that happiness, that love, things going right, things going the way you want, your passions, your goals becoming much closer. This new position that leads to positivity and a good feeling is new for a lot of people. And so they panic, they freeze up, they retreat, and they end up doing something wrong to mess up a lot of what they worked so hard to get to. People return to what is comfortable, even though that place is not necessarily where they want to be or who they want to be. The idea of comfortable, depending on the person, is not always good. I think it's important for you to check what comfortable means to you and evaluate that and compare it to maybe what you want, who you want to be, or where you want to be. Another thing I really don't like is things could be worse, because things can always be better. And with that comfortable thing, you saw how I came back around from the beginning. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you take care of each other, check up on each other, check up on yourself, and until next time, I'm out.